You're straight away. This is the original Immortal Game played in 1851 by Adolf Anderson and Leons. Case literary that has made a record in a chess history. Just take a look, the Viper. Here we have E4, E5, and then F4. We have E captures F4, Bishop to C4 as we prepare to attack. This is of course widening B4 check,
which he does. So we have Queen to H4 and King to F1. And okay, this does lose a tempo playing King to F1, but White will recover the tempo with Knight F3 and attacking the Black's Queen. And here we have a move that is, well, in those days it was played, but it's not really a good move. We have B5. And this is to deflect this bishop from hitting F7 to get some development. And one time they actually offered Garry Kasparov to play this position as Black against, I think it was against Shirov. And Kasparov said that I have no plans in playing this position with Black against Shirov, as this is a terrible move for Black. So okay, Anderson played bishop captures on B5, and we have knights to S6. And now White has a series of moves that are explicitly targeted to Black's queen. Here, knight to F3, attacking the queen. We have queen to H6. And now D3. And Black plays knight to H5. This is protecting F4 twice, and also preparing a knight to G3 check. Because if the pawn captures knight, then queen captures rook. So Anderson guards against this. He plays knight to H4. Now knight to G3 check is no longer possible. If knight to G3, then simply H captures on G3, and now the knight is blocking the queen from capturing the rook, and also the knight is protected now. So after knight to H4, we have queen to G5, and we have knights to F5 now. We have C6, and here Anderson starts his initiative. He plays G4. We have knight to F6, and now Anderson plays rook to G1. He sacrifices this bishop on B5, which isn't really doing anything, but he will get a lot for this bishop. So we have C captures on B5, and Anderson plays H4. And as you can see, it's really getting crampy for the queen in here. We have queen to G6, and now H5, attacking the queen one more time, queen to G5, and now queen to F3. Threatening to trap the queen with the bishop captures on F4. So we have knight to G8. Black has to make some room for the queen. Bishop captures on F4, and queen to F6. And Black is threatening to capture this B2 pawn. So we have knight to C3, again developing. And this is move 16, and as you can see, White is completely developed. His pawns are all the way to 5th rank, and Black has only his queen out. Okay, he is a piece up, but, I mean, look at this position. We have bishop to C5, and here Black gets an idea. He will play bishop C5, get a tempo on the rook, and he will get some development this way. But Anderson isn't really interested in this, as he plays knight to D5. Now, with a tempo on the queen, so Black has to react to this. And it's really not that easy to play the queen anywhere. If the queen stops guarding G7, then knight captures on G7. If the queen steps on a wrong square, White could even fork the king and queen. So, Keserits could play the queen captures on B2, grabbing a pawn, attacking the rook on A1, and still guarding G7. And now, both the white rooks are hanging. But as this is Anderson playing, it doesn't matter. He plays bishop to D6. Now, attacking this bishop on C5. So, if Black captures, then knight captures on D6. With check, this will be great for White. So, of course, Black plays bishop captures on G1, grabbing a rook. And here we have, definitely, one of the most romantic moves ever made. We have E5. Anderson offers up another rook, and he plays E5 just to stop the queen from guarding on G7. So, okay, we have queen captures on A1 with check, and now king to E2. And, well, White has no rooks, but he is threatening knight to C7 check, and Black stops this. He plays knight to A6, and now Anderson finishes the game in style. He plays knight captures on G7 with check, as this is the whole point of this E5 move. So, only one square for the king left, king to D8. And now, how do you create the original Immortal Game? Can you spot the move? It's queen to F6 with check. The Black king has nowhere to go. There is only one move left for Black. He has to play knight captures on F6, and Anderson finishes the game with bishop to E7. And this is checkmate. So yeah.